Tisay was browsing through the photos on my phone and came across a picture of her passport. She noticed that it had already expired. I realized it only after she pointed it out. I immediately tried to book an appointment online. Unfortunately, all available slots in Cebu were already full. So instead of going through an agency, we decided to go somewhere else. Dala na suri-suri ba kay? It's summer ba ya? Manila was my first choice because they have more available slots, but going there is expensive. We finally decided to go to none other than the charming City of Smiles, Bacolod. We took the Toledo-San Carlos road, departed from Cebu around 8 a.m. and arrived in Toledo City past 9 a.m. We boarded the Fast Cat ferry at 10:30 and the ferry departed Cebu at 11 a.m. It's my brother's first time traveling outside Cebu in a long time because he was the one living with our parents. Our mom had Alzheimer's and was bedridden for a year before she passed away. It is hard for us, but I am sure our mama is at peace now and no more pain. She must be dancing and singing with the angels now. When mama was still here and healthy, she often told me that when she's gone, I should guide my brother through life. So officially, I now have 7 children, my husband being the eldest. Char! We arrived at San Carlos Port at 12:49 p.m. and left immediately for Bacolod. We didn't stop for lunch because we planned to feast on chicken inasal when we reached Bacolod, which is only 2 hours away. And at this point, we weren't hungry yet. Our first time in Bacolod was in 2018. Bacolod is very much like Cebu in the early 90s. Relaxed, charming, and lovely. It was a very foggy afternoon in Don Salvador Benedicto. We decided to slow down for safety reasons. It was at this moment that I realized I had made a mistake with my hotel booking. I had actually booked a hotel in Iloilo instead of Bacolod. I will have to deal with that when we arrived in Bacolod. Meanwhile, take note of the road to Bacolod. There are so many turns. Makalipong. Arrived in Bacolod around 3 p.m. and went straight to the hotel and secured our room. I managed to cancel one of our bookings at the Iloilo Hotel. However, the other booking was a no-show. We then went to look for Ida's Chicken Inasal. There were a lot of restaurants, but I just want to check if there is any difference in their branch in Cebu, just in case I have some cravings. We patiently waited for over 30 minutes for the food to arrive, and they were apologetic, so it's fine. My family didn't like it very much, but it filled our empty stomach. So it's all good. Here are the faces of the happy tummies. Our last stop for the day is the famous Kalea. We ordered a slice of pecan pie, mud pie cake, black sambo, and the other one I forgot the name of. It's a perfect nightcap. Today is DFA day. We had breakfast at the hotel and went to the DFA at 9 a.m. Our appointment was scheduled for 10 a.m. Our appointment went smoothly and quickly except for the photo session when I had to remove Kirsten's earrings. She has just gotten her ears pierced a week ago and they shouldn't be removed just yet, but we didn't have a choice. We took them off temporarily for the photo. I bought a new sterile earrings to replace the old ones to minimize the risk of infection. The staff were efficient and helpful and we finished in less than an hour. Now all we have to do is wait for our passports to be delivered to our doorstep. We went back to the hotel to freshen up. Nice kayo ang ilang staircase, maka-feeling asyendera ba? A trip to Bacolod wouldn't be complete without a visit to its famous tourist spot, the ruins. It was an extremely hot day, but it didn't deter us from capturing great photos. We got to try a wonderfully refreshing drink that evoked nostalgia. I recalled chewing on sugarcane and spitting out the part when it lost its sweetness. However, the kids didn't quite grasp the taste.
I don't like sugarcane.
How do you like it? I like it. Do you like it? It's kuan man, it's natural. Do you want to meet a frog?
Yes, I want to have a best friend.
There.
It's not real.
You can sit beside the frog and then you talk to the frog. Oh. My eldest son, who was left at home, messaged me and told me he got scratched by our dog's tooth when he tried to take the dish from its mouth. I messaged my friend who is a doctor and he told me to get Lawrence vaccinated as soon as possible. We went to a nearby coffee shop for a nightcap and tried to keep ourselves calm. Kay mamauli naman sad mi ugma buntag sayo. We left the hotel around 5 a.m. to catch the 9 a.m. ferry to Cebu. We were taking the same road we came on. It was a foggy morning and we decided to get out of the car and experience the fog. It was beautiful, however, just as we were taking a few shots, it started to rain. When we arrived at San Carlos Port, we were informed that the 9 a.m. trip had been cancelled due to a ferry breakdown. It seemed like we wouldn't be able to reach Cebu in time for Lawrence's vaccination, so we made the decision to let him go alone and called our friend who works at the hospital. We then proceeded to Escalante, hoping to catch a barge there, but unfortunately, we weren't successful. We finally decided to take a detour through Dumaguete. Thankfully, there were plenty of trips available, and the weather was great, thank God. Before heading to the port, we stopped for an early dinner at Joe's Inato by the sea, and these are what we ordered. At this time, Lawrence was already home, having completed the anti-rabies vaccine. There was no longer any pressure for us to be home at a specific time, although our dad kept calling my brother to check on our whereabouts. We boarded the ferry at Sibulan Port at 7 p.m. and arrived at Liloan Port 30 minutes later. We safely arrived home at 1 a.m.